welcome back. Yes, you. I know you. You're here every week, and I love it. Thank you. So you know the old saying, when a woman gets married, they just let go. They get fat. And then the husband leaves them for someone young and thin. That whole routine? Well, what about the men that will leave their fat wife if she loses weight? That's what we're talking about today on a show called Hot and Heavy. You guys recommended this to me, and just by the name of the show, what the hell do y'all watch in your spare time? But oh my, am I interested. Before we start though, if you enjoy this video after you watch it, I don't expect anyone to subscribe. Just in the beginning, when you don't know who the hell I am, what the video's about. Watch the video first, then sign the contract by hitting the subscribe button. Please, it's a free way of helping this channel out. So we meet Kristen, who is 35 years old, and her husband Rusty, who is 39 years old. And what is the difference here? Can you spot the difference? She's shorter.
Rusty, where are you running to? I'm on sand and I got legs that are 2 feet tall.
Yep, she's a short queen, just like me, so I instantly feel a little short connection. Do you guys do that? I was in the grocery store the other day looking up at the hot Cheetos, and I look down the aisle and see another short female just looking up at the Doritos. We spotted each other, and we instantly felt that connection because we both knew the struggles that each one of us went through day to day. Climbing shelves, looking at people's noses who never trimmed their nose hair. Yeah, short people see it. So Rusty and Kristen have been married for count them, 2 years. And how did they meet? It was a very fairy tale, like pure fairy tale meeting that many of you who are into the whole princess and princess thing, you know, you're not down with the evil villain. Any of you like princess type girls would dream of.
Yeah, it was a classic story. Prince checks out princess's backside, and here we are, happily ever after.
Actually, you know what? I wasn't with it at first, but now this sounds like my kind of fairy tale.
I owned a very successful bridal boutique in New York and sold it and retired. At first, my family thought that Rusty was after me for my money.
But that's not what Rusty was after. He was after her for that body. Rusty does not like him small, slim, muscular. He likes big women.
Majority of women I've dated have been bigger, full-figured women.
So whenever we talk about obese women, I'll occasionally get some men, and honestly some women, it's some fat women. Like I'll click on the profile and some fat woman will be saying this, and they will say,
no one ever wants to date a fat woman.
I'm sorry, I mean I'm not. But girl, just because people don't want to date you doesn't mean no one wants to date or marry another fat woman that is not you. And men, just because you don't want to date a fat woman doesn't mean other people won't date fat women. People that say that comment, I have declared that they are just unlikable people, and they're stupid and narcissistic. They just think that their opinion is parliament and is the only opinion in this whole universe. Okay, anyway, back to the show, enough of the rant. I got a little triggered, I'm sorry. I'm not.
I hate that term, full figure.
I get so many people saying, don't say the word fat, say full figured. No, don't say full figured, say plus size. But this is the first time I have ever heard someone be offended by the term full figured. I don't know. Chunky mamas out there, what do you prefer?
Okay, what do you want me to say?
Thick, curvy.
Thick, curvy.
Curvy? I mean, we all have our own definitions of things.
Plus size.
Plus
fat.
Okay, so she's okay with being fat, or you know, with the word fat. Just full figured is too much for her. And to clarify, it's F-A-T with an F, not a P-H. She doesn't like that.
P-H-A-T, pretty hot and intense.
No, I hate when he says that.
I know people have their preferences, and that's okay, I do too, you know, when it comes to bodies, but isn't it a little suspicious, odd, if someone who is super obese wants to lose weight in a healthy way and their partner throws a full-on temper tantrum? Red flags going up everywhere. And Rusty seems to have a thing for only big women, so big that they are unhealthy.
So I've dated women of all sizes, and for me, the bigger the better.
Huh, where have we heard that before? That's right, Tammy's ex-boyfriend, King. I can't even say his name or I get demonetized. He said it though. He said the bigger the better. And so did Rusty. So Rusty is very attracted to big women, and not only physically unattracted to thin women, he's unattracted to their personalities because, you know, we all know thin women have the same personality all around. No one's different, everyone's the same.
Not only do I prefer them physically, but skinnier women tend to be more full of themselves. And personally, I think a lot of guys are into bigger women.
I agree. I don't think many men really mind if a woman is bigger. I think women can be very, very critical of their own body. So according to Rusty, he loves everything about Kristen, and that's all very sweet, right? He probably wants to have the best life with his wife, the best quality of life with his wife, right? Well, Mr. Rusty really meant the section in the vows in sickness and health. Because of how Kristen eats and her weight, she got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
2 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Yeah! The major inconvenience about my weight is that it's really affecting my fertility. It's something I've wanted ever since I was a little girl.
So you're probably saying, well, Rusty is her prince, her knight in shining armor, just like in Disney. They met at Disney World, the most magical place on earth. He loves her for her, not her body. So of course he wants to build a family with the one that he loves unconditionally. I mean, they did say the vows, which means he meant it.
And as soon as I knew Rusty was the one that I was gonna marry, and I thought, oh, we'll have a baby and start a family right away. And that just didn't pan out.
Rusty already has 2 kids and doesn't seem like he really wants more. And Miss Kristen is like, shoot, if I could, we'd have like 5 more right now.
I had bariatric surgery 2 years ago. I lost about 130 pounds.
What size is your stomach?
8 ounces.
It's like the size of an egg. That's like 2 travel-size shampoos.
And Kristen is like, while she's eating her sandwich. So she's like, that sounds like something I could get into. And her immediate family is all for it. She said the genes suck on that side of her family. I mean, maybe. I personally prefer if you try to eat less first and try to, work out. Don't let your husband cook anything. He's gonna sabotage you for sure. And then get the surgery. See if you can do it naturally first. And then try, I guess get the surgery.
If you want a child, you should have the gastric bypass surgery.
I'm more of just let nature take its course.
Rusty, your wife can die from this. He don't give a poop. He literally meant during their wedding, in sickness. So stay sick, bitch. Let nature take its course. He's one of those. Oh God. I don't know, I don't like Rusty, personally. Even if I was married to The Rock, who has a beautiful body of a stallion. But obviously, he takes some things to get to that level of size. Those big, strong, masculine arms. But if I was married to him and those things started to affect his health, I wouldn't be like, but I like you big, honey. That's weird, right?
Yeah, but there's gotta be a more viable reason than just her losing weight.
Death, Rusty. A viable reason is death, meaning the major consequence. And before all of that, before that consequence, there's things leading up to death.
I don't care about that. We were together, obviously when
But
she
at the
was
same
like
point in
that.
Girl, don't shake your head like he just said something that made sense. He doesn't care if you are sick from a preventable disease. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Don't like him. He's on the same level as the king. Yeah, you're on the chart of people on the internet I never met and don't like.
Kristen's family's been pushing her for a long time to get bariatric surgery. And even if the surgery does increase her chances of getting pregnant, I don't want her to change. I don't want Kristen to be any smaller.
Some of y'all up in the comment section saying, Michelle, I think he's saying just not to get the surgery. He doesn't care if she loses weight. The surgery's a lot of money and there's risks. He wants her to lose weight for her health because he loves her and wants her to live very long. He literally said nothing about the risks and everything about her physical change. Anyway, look what he says next.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind if she was a little bit bigger.
He would like her bigger, just a little. Honey, she already has health problems. She can't have a baby because of those health problems that all have to do with her weight and the food that she eats. And he follows up with, I would like her bigger, actually.
Are you seriously considering this?
Yes.
I will make a decision, and it'll be the right one.
So that's a no.
It's a maybe.
Pump the brakes, Rusty.
I heard no.
All right, I want to retract my statement earlier. I said, maybe just reduce the calories first before you do something major like surgery. I take that all back. I'm literally snatching it from the universe. My words just need to come back, tucked in my boobs. Now we're gonna get the surgery out of spite. Let's just be dramatic. Fuck, workout. Get it tomorrow. Why not? Start weightlifting while you're at it. Actually, begin a bodybuilding diet. Let's get real strict with it. Do a show. Qualify for nationals. Become an IFBB pro and let all the veins hang out. That's literally how petty I would be. So despite Rusty's wishes and demands, she made an appointment with a surgeon. They weigh her and she, honey, is about my height. I am 5'2", she is 2 inches taller than me.
Okay, so you are 329.4.
And her husband's over there like, get bigger for me, for love. Thank God her family is not like her husband or body positive.
Kristen is severely overweight. I've been saying this for a long time.
So then the surgeon comes in and he breaks some shit down that the body positive community would flip their fupas over.
One of the problems related with obesity is infertility.
But Kristen is not delusional, thank goodness. She knows she is obese.
How is your cholesterol?
A little high.
Diabetes are all through her family.
My dad was a diabetic and he passed away.
Yeah, her dad died in his 50s. The things she has, and once again, her dopey ass husband is saying, don't lose weight, just get bigger.
In 2014, dad was in his 50s. You know, it's scary.
Kristen is 5 feet 4 inches, 329 pounds, which puts her in a BMI of 60.
Not BMI, it's not accurate. It's racist. You know what's not racist? Diabetes.
That BMI is what we call super morbid obesity.
Shit. Anyone want to tell the fat positive people that the BMI has its own categories for levels of obesity? Anyone want to tell them about the term super morbid obesity? So the doctor tells her he recommends the surgery. It all sounds great to Kristen and she wants to lose the weight, but she's very stressed about telling Mr. Rusty Shackelford about her decision.
How do you feel about talking to Rusty about it?
I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and have the conversation, you know.
Guys, imagine being scared to tell your significant other that you want to lose weight so that you won't die, and you're scared to say that?
Knowing that Rusty is not in favor of this surgery, the idea of having to go home and tell my husband I've made this decision. Rusty and I don't make decisions independently, we make them together. So this is going to really affect my relationship with him.
And look at this, Miss Kristen tells us her deepest, darkest fear of what happens if she gets the surgery. She says if she gets the surgery, but I think what she means if she gets the surgery and loses weight. Because if she gets the surgery and stays fat, whatever.
My biggest fear about telling Rusty that I want to do the bariatric surgery is that he'll leave.
Through sickness and health, through death do you part. Losing weight is not death. In fact, it takes you away from death longer, Rusty. So Kristen tells Rusty, and y'all, he is not happy.
Why did you do this behind my back? Right now, I'm feeling very hurt that Kristen went to the doctor without telling me.
Sweetie, that's not why you're hurt. You're hurt because she made a decision to change something physical about herself that you find attractive. And you also feel you have no control over your wife's weight. Let me tell you what your future holds if your wife loses weight. Your needs will no longer be as fulfilled because you, sir, have a FETISH for big women. You also like to control them. You like to have it your way. Well, honey, this isn't McDonald's, this is life. And your wife is trying to elevate her while all you're trying to do is lower her chances of survival.
Are you afraid that you're not going to be attracted to me if I'm thin?
I don't know, I still feel like if you were to lose that much weight, I mean, like, I don't even know how to, like, picture you.
It's a yes, honey. He won't be attracted. That's how you know. He only got with you mostly for your body.
Trust me, I want a baby more than anything, but I don't want to die young like everyone before me.
Andy says nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, husband of the year right here. Will Kristen get the surgery? Will she attempt to lose weight before she gets the surgery? Will her husband see that she's trying to lose weight, strip down almost naked, and cover his body in sugar so she doesn't lose weight? Yes.
My hope for the evening is that she devours this banana split.
What are you doing?
I'm happy to see you.
But that's the next episode, and you're gonna have to hit the subscribe button if you wanna see more, right? Don't you wanna see Rusty covered in sugar? So hit it, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna get to that sugar-filled manly man. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. All of my other channels are linked below along with all my socials, and I will see you guys next time. Except Rusty, because I don't like him.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I